General Bradley, our commander, won a great battle at a place called Saint-Lô. And when the German forces were defeated there, General Patton came on the scene, and he broke through in an area out towards the English Channel, and suddenly his troops had routed the Germans, and they were just proceeding at the most rapid pace across France. And we followed him, our headquarters, which was superior to his headquarters, all the way across France to Paris. We arrived in Paris just a few days after Paris had been liberated by forward elements of General Patton's command, and we were housed in a little, a very grand sort of military camp of the French officers. Father Hines and I were given the officers' club for our residence and place of business. And during that time, I made a couple of trips into Paris and saw the jubilation of the French people and the fact that they had been freed from German rule of 4 years. Omar Bradley was a very competent infantry general. He knew how important it was to have troops on the ground, able to hold the ground and able to move forward and seize more ground. He had been under General Patton in the war in Africa, but General Eisenhower felt that when we were moving into France after D-Day, that Bradley would be a better man to represent the American forces. So Bradley was named the commander of all the American forces to work with Field Marshal Montgomery of the British forces. The two of them were responsible for the landings in Normandy and the direction of the troops, the English to the east and the Americans to the west. General Montgomery and General Patton were too much alike one another to get along. They but they were both very, very good general officers, and they both, when the breakthrough came, were streaking across the land for the Rhine River. General Montgomery felt that the war would go much better if he was given more in the way of men and supplies to move in the area where he was piercing through the German lines. And General Patton felt that he was a man who understood war better, so he ought to have the preference. Well, it was General Eisenhower's job to try to keep peace between these two headstrong general officers. And General Eisenhower found it very, very difficult to do so. And, but it was...
what does that have to do with Omar Bradley and your meeting him or working with him?
During the war, I didn't work with General Bradley. he was much too senior for me. After the war, I